Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and we finally made it to the end of our Commander 2015 deck review series. I know, I'm excited too. If you've missed previous installments and want to see the other decks we've teched so far, you can do that right here, and here, and here, and here. Yeah, it's convenience. Anywho, in this video, we'll be focusing on the last Commander 2015 pre-con Swell the Host. Oh yeah, super gross but super Phyrexian, should be sweet. Also remember, if you enjoy this video and videos like this, please hit that like button, just please, okay? Thanks, let's do this. Ezuri is back and he's sporting a whole new exoskeleton of metal thanks to his Phyrexian overlords. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X+1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters you have. I mean, yes, please. Experience counters are amazing given the fact that you get them and not the creature itself. When Ezuri dies, which he inevitably will, you get to keep those counters. That's great. Anywho, you obviously want your deck full of low power creatures that do fun things. Swell the Host is a deck that does just that. With around 20 creatures with 2 or less power, you can bet your experience count will get pretty high pretty fast. The deck comes with standard low-power filler creatures like Sakura Tribe-Elder and Elvish Visionary, as you might expect. What you might not expect, crazy inclusions like Ninja of the Deep Hours and Plax Manta. Now remember, the idea behind this deck is to make your creatures gigantic and swing in for tons of damage. Thanks to Ezuri's pump ability, the creatures in this deck have a decent amount of evasion. Cold-Eyed Selkie has Island Walk, Trigon Predator has Flying, and Noble Quarry actually absorbs all of the attackers, so that's pseudo-evasion for everything else. The deck also takes advantage of the fact that you get experience counters based on entry to the battlefield not being cast. Thelanite Hermit and Caller of the Claw will ramp your experience counters up so fast your opponents won't even know what to do. Obviously, since you're playing a crapload of low-power creatures that are mostly cheap, you'll be aggressive. You'll attack a lot. Kind of the name of the game for you. Beastmaster Ascension was a great addition to the deck. You attack, you get huge, you keep attacking, you get bigger, so on and so forth. The Ascension and Ezuri just go so well together. Even though the Ascension turns off Ezuri's ability, by that point you don't care. Anyways, the rest of the deck is full of interesting creatures that we'll talk about in a minute and a few standard spells that we're used to seeing. Rampant Growth, Kadama's Reach, Overrun, Crozan Grip, generally pretty standard stuff. Want to upgrade Ezuri? We can absolutely do that. I think it's important to point out that if you want to do that, a toolbox type strategy may be what's best for him. You can't take advantage of his ability while playing a ton of utility creatures. Here are some examples. Manowar, Kira Grey Glass Spinner, Sower of Temptation, Phyrexian Revoker. Basically make an entire deck of annoying little creatures that have a ton of utility. You'll be annoying beyond reason. Want your friends to hate you? Blighted Agent. Yeah, I know. Ezuri puts all of his counters on Blighted Agent, you infect your best friend to death, they never talk to you again. Easy life, am I right? Anyways, there are plenty of cool combos with little creatures and Ezuri. Get an Alarin in play and a few bounce creatures and bam, infinite experience counters. Use Mycoloth from the Black-Green Commander 2015 deck. That fits perfectly here. You do the math. Sure as heck I don't want to do it. Think about how many counters that's going to be per turn. It's disgusting. A few other hilarious inclusions for Ezuri. Sage of Hours. Enjoy the billion extra turns you're going to take. Prophet of Crewfix is simply great for synergy. Fathom Mage, gotta love all the cards. Champion of Lambhold because Unblockable is just straight up fun for you and terrible for them. Finally, last but not least, Vorl of the Hallclade. It's so beautiful. I could do this forever, by the way. Master Biomancer, hilarious. Simic Manipulator, genius. Hooded Hydra, the synergy. Plaxcaster Frogling, I know. Shroud for days. Honestly, someone stop me. No, seriously, stop me. I feel like that's enough for Ezuri. Let's talk about the alternate commander in the deck, which honestly could be more exciting than Ezuri himself. Kaseto Orochi Archmage, you beautiful snake wizard you. For a green and a blue, target creature can't be blocked this turn. If that creature is a snake, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Yes. While this is the alternate commander, Swell the Host came with a decent amount of snakes to start off the tribal goodness. Coiling Oracle, Oran Viper, Patagia Viper, Mystic Snake. Great way to start the inevitable snake tribal deck that will take over Commander. So where does Kaseto go now? The answer, more snakes. Your job is to make snakes and make them unblockable and make them huge. That's what Kaseto does, and that's what you're going to do. Sashiro the Anointed is now your best friend. You'll also want the rest of the family. Sakiko, Sasuko, Shisato, all of them. If you want a little help with this, we actually made a Snake Tribal casual deck a while back. Could help you out, link right here. Spoiler alert, we tell you to play Patron of the Orochi because that card is funny. It's really funny, just do it. Kaseto will also want Edric because he's a boss. I'd also consider Adaptive Automaton, Phyrexian Metamorph, possibly Momir Vig. You can go pretty deep in this deck. Whatever you do, just don't forget to leave in Ezuri. He's still decent even if he isn't the commander. Worth trying out. Snake Tribal Master Race for days. Now that we have all that out of the way, all that's left is to take a look at financial value. The most expensive card in the deck is Command Beacon at around $9 and still going up. What's interesting is that this is a universally great card, but it's only in Swell the Host. It's very curious. The next most expensive card in the deck is Eternal Witness. Not that I'm complaining because the Witness is amazing, but that does mean it has a relatively low value overall compared to the other Commander 2015 releases. Ezuri himself is about $3, which is nice, but overall, yeah, not a lot of value here financially. Of course, I don't care about that at all. This deck has a lot of interesting and relatively hard to find cards, especially if you're going to build a Snake deck. Either way, you don't need to make your money back on Commander products for them to be worth it in my eyes. Just loving this deck. What do you all think about Swell the Host? Do you prefer Ezuri or Kaseto? Little toolbox creatures or snakes? Which direction would you take this deck in? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Leave me some comments so I know I'm not alone, right? As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wow.